Good morning, folks. I'm a little bit behind, slept in. Doug just gave me a big mess. He's got a new trick in the morning. Run through the creek because it's running and get his feet muddy and then run into the house, and because it's snow, I feel that it's safe for him to run into the house and amass a big frozen mud trail through the house. So that's what I got here just right now. So, plan of action today. I have to do my driveway because it's killing me to walk around, and I have to go to town because I just got notification that the electronic device that I purchased to fix the network issue so that I can stream in the barn has arrived at the post office. So I have to go get this because then I can stream in the barn. I mean the garage, not it. As in, all the work I gotta do, I can set up a stream. I can actually even set up a stream for you can watch sick ducks in the hospital over there. With an iPad, that's possible. That's quite possible actually. That's very, very likely it will happen. So you can watch hospital ducks in the garage. Adjust my focus. I'm on an iPad, Susie. There's no focus on an iPad. It's totally up to the iPad. If the iPad says you're not going to be in focus, you're not going to be in focus. Here, try this. Here, how's that? Is that better? But now we're off the wide angle. Well, we'll take the wide angle off. Is that better, Susie? Okay, I've said nothing. No, well, I'm just telling you, I'm on an iPad here. I gotta go pick up the piece of equipment. Same, but it's okay. So it's still out of focus. Well, I don't know what to say. Hang on, let me try something. Hang on. It might be out of focus because of the lighting. Hang on. Let me see if I can see something. Is it better now? Am I in focus now? Is that focused? I think it was the lighting. All right, now that we've got that taken care of, not done the focusing on the iPad. No idea what I just did. Okay, so really cold. Like I slept in. It's 7:30 when I got out. 7:15 actually when I got up, and it was minus 22. So that means it got cold last night. If it's already that temperature this morning. Right now they're saying if the wind chill 31 below. That's what they're saying the wind chill is. High of minus 14 today. High of minus 15 in Petawawa. So we'll probably get 14 and a half. But right now the wind chill is 31 below. Give you a little, so just so you can see. Wind chill 31 below. And look at, oh, actually that's in Fahrenheit right now. Oh, hang on here. No, this way. Hang on. Can I go in here? No, I can change this. Watch. Oh, 23 below wind chill. Fahrenheit, Celsius. Oh, I just realized you could do that. Didn't know. No idea why the government of Canada would have Fahrenheit on their website. We're a metric country. This country makes no sense. So, yeah, whoa, that's it, Figer. It's cold. And what does the hourly forecast says? Oh, they're saying it actually feels a little warmer. No, oh yeah, they do. They're saying right now it feels like minus 28 below. A little bit better. So I have to go into the garage, get the tractor fired up, put the chains on the front of it, and do my driveway in extreme cold. And then I'm going to go to town to get this used piece of electronic equipment I purchased, and hopefully I don't have a problem with it, so that I can get the situation fixed here, so I can do this. I do metric conversion or imperial conversion, whatever the situation calls for. In my head, I'm a 70s child. I do it all. But the chicken last night sucked. -18 in Montreal. Oh, it's warm there, Susie. It just sucked. What a waste of, just, oh. Well, today, Janie, is I put on my fleece pants, my high-tech underwear, and basically I'm gonna put my fleece underwear on, then put my high-tech pants on, snow pants, jacket, and then I go on the tractor and plow in very cold weather with a full face guard on. No, not a skidoo suit, but close, bundled up, similar to that. I actually probably will wear my skidoo pants. Is probably what I'll end up doing. I probably will be doing that. I'll be wearing my skidoo pants. I won't screw with the wind pants. I'll do skidoo pants because it gets cold on the thighs. Oh. But the chicken, I have to educate my buddy. He needs to be educated. He's game to listen to me, but he doesn't understand. But that was the first chicken of his I ate last night. I'm not impressed. Well, folks, when you are used to free range meat, and then you eat something that's not free range, huge difference. Like, it's not even remotely close to the same. Hello, Inga. How come you didn't put a little @ in front of my name so that I know you're really talking to me, so it jumps out? Because I need reassurance sometimes. I should do that from now on. I only acknowledge you if you put the little @ and I get a big gold or the orange thing. We'll see how much orange we can get in chat for me, just so I feel good. But anyways, my buddy needs to be saved on how to raise animals. There you go. Leave it to Torpedo Jennifer. She did it. Oh, now I got lots of oranges. Oh, look at this. I'm just getting tons of oranges. My whole screen's going orange. Yeah. So once you've had free range meat, folks, and then you have meat that's not free range, the difference in taste, well, put it this way, the free range meat, you don't even need to spice it. You can cook it just meat, and it's got flavor to it. It's got taste. Getting lots of oranges. Thank you very much, everybody. Plus the texture. It's got a little more texture to it. It's not so mushy. But this chicken that my buddy that I helped butcher and he raised this year, and this is his 4th year doing it. He's feeding them. I think he's feeding them regular feed, which is bad, which is processed GMO stuff. I'm 99% sure, and well, then you go off to work there, Inga, and have fun. Sorry you couldn't stay. Seriously, I'm sorry. um, and they're not, they're in a barn. They don't get to go outside and eat bugs and grass and dirt and all that kind of stuff, you know. So I had a chat with him, and next year he's gonna do a big pen outside, big pen, like probably he's talking like a half an acre size. Um, and I'm told him he's got to buy his feed from Robert Reed because Robert Reed is non-GMO. Chicken tractors are for people who have like 6 chickens. You don't do 6 chicken tractors when you get 100 or 300 chickens. You know, chicken tractors, honestly, folks, I'll be honest with you, I hate them. I just like bend, build a freaking big pen and be done with it. Like, I see chicken tractors and I just like, I hate those videos. People with all their elaborate chicken tractor stuff. It's like, my God. Just build a massive pen and then just let them run free. You know, and have a nice shack for them. Be done with it. No, you can move it around. It's like, do you want chicken crap everywhere? I hate chicken crap. They're so dirty. And Patty didn't know chickens can drive tractors. I didn't know either till I got the video sent to me. Jennifer, you don't want to know what a chicken tractor is, trust me. Janie's on the island of Guam. I'll tell you a little story, Janie. When I used to go to Colombia, this little island called Providencia, I went for the 10 years solid every year. And they called them home chickens. And they were chickens in the jungle that got free and then went into the jungle and bred. And they were basically feral chickens in the jungle. And those were freaking tasty chickens. Man, oh man. I used to pay the locals to get them for me. And we'd have chicken roasts at night on the beach. Really tasty chicken. Yeah, the Roosters had a little bit of an attack situation, but the kids were good with the slingshots. But at night, they used to know where they went, right? And they'd go with a burlap sack, and they would scoop up unbelievable amounts of them at night in the dark. And then we'd have a big chicken roast on the beach. Did that many times. Tasty island chickens. And that's actually when I got my idea about free range chickens. I'm thinking, man, this is the way you need to have chicken. You need chicken to run free. Actually, that was right about I did that. I started thinking about I need to have my own meat. See, Janie knows what I'm talking about. An island chicken. No. But anyway, my buddy, he's getting a big lesson. Him and I, he wants to go into partnership on a plucker. Yeah, they have feral hogs too on the island. Feral hogs. What else was feral on the island? The hogs were dangerous. They had to hunt them because they had actually a park ranger that his job was to hunt them. What else was feral that shouldn't have been on that was in the bush? There was another animal that got loose. Had some cows got loose in the jungle. But they were easier to hunt down. What? There was some other animal. Oh, for the life of me, it escapes me. Feral pigs. They're a nasty rig. They can be dangerous. Oh. Actually, went to the freezer camp, and then they did a pit stop at the barbecue, and then they were gone. No alpaca and llamas on the island. It was another farm animal that was in the bush. I forget what it was. But the pig problem, feral pigs was a problem. The feral pigs did the most damage in the jungle. They hunted them quite aggressively. Maybe it was goats. It might have been goats. No, Susie, they were actually escapees from the locals because the locals weren't the best at penning animals in, and they just escaped. And they just escaped, and then they bred, and then they that was it. No, the conquistadors they found what was tasty to eat on the island were iguana. Uh, the island had massive iguanas. They don't anymore because they've eaten them all. But the park ranger guy that I ended up being friends with, he told me when he was a kid. He was a little bit older than me. I don't know how much older, but he told me he was a kid back in the '60s that the iguanas used to be 8 and 9 feet long, laying on the road, sunning themselves. And he says there would be like 30, 40 pounds of meat in the tail. Pure solid meat, the whole tail. Oh. But they've killed all the iguana. They had massive iguana on the island, but the locals ate them all. But that's what the conquistadors used to eat. They come on the island because it tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken, right? Except duck. Massive iguanas, the full width of the road. They used to drive along the road and have to stop because they would block the whole road. Really old, big iguanas. It's amazing, Mother Nature. We don't see these animals anymore because we kill them off. You know, before they get to that size. Because there's no way, an iguana would last, whatever, the 40 years or 50 years in the jungle. Some man would come along and, oh, there's chicken on a tail. Let's get him. And he'd be gone at, year 10. When he was like 4.5, 5 feet long. It's ironic. The tourists come to the island to see the iguana, and there's no iguana. I laugh at that. The Americans showed up looking for iguana. I said, you're in the wrong place, man. You go to Costa Rica for that. They've eaten them all here. It's like he looks at me. What? Yeah, they've eaten all the iguana. And then I met the guy on the beach. This guy was really stupid though. Nothing against Americans, trust me, okay? But every country's got these stupid people. So he comes to the island to see the iguanas, but the islanders have eaten all the iguanas. And he was quite taken back by this, that he was let down, that he was led to believe there was iguanas everywhere. So then I met him on the beach a couple days later, and he's leaving. And know what he's got in his bag? A sea turtle shell. I said, they're illegal. You can't have that. You're not gonna get through the airport with the sea turtle shell in your bag. He's like, he complains that they killed all the iguanas, and then he partakes in the hunt of the sea turtle to get the shell. You can't fix stupid, folks. I just shook my head. It's like that sea turtle died. Somebody ate them, because the locals like to eat them. But the main reason the locals hunt them is to sell them to the tourists, and the tourists are too stupid to know that as soon as they go to the airport, because in Colombia when you leave the airport, you go through customs before you leave the country, and they open your bag and they check everything, and it's like there's this big giant sea turtle shell. You ain't getting through. You ain't leaving the country with that shell. And even if you do leave the country with the shell, you somehow manage magically to pull it off. When you land, the shell's going to get confiscated because it's against the law I think, well, I know in North America, you can't come into the US or Canada with a sea turtle shell in your bag. So, no, what they do is they put the shells over top of ant hills, and the ants clean the shells out. Totally clean them. So, see, Janie? Janie, I know what I'm talking about, don't I? I don't make stuff up, do I? As they say, I've been around the block. It was a big block, but I've been around the block. So, please, Elmo. Oh, my back is so sore, folks. Oh, poor Matt is hurting camper right now. I'm telling you, this 8-week marathon that I've just done here to get ready for winter, because I'm still not done and I'm still going nonstop. I am hurting. Yeah. My body is just bagged. Oh, Susie, I'm not going to argue about it with you, but I'm talking about this little tiny island. This is what the locals told me on the little tiny island, because there was nobody on the island. Like when I was there was only 4,000 people on the whole island, and the guy told me like when he was a kid there was like 1,000 people there, and this is the deal. It's a very nice island. It's actually it's a gorgeous island. If I had the time, I would love to take a month off and go there again. The Colombian government, uh, uh, they they took over the not took over. Yeah, they sort of took over the island. They didn't like the fact that all the international. No, I know you're not arguing. See, I'm talking about this one set, this island, this specific island. It's like it's so remote. Like you have to take puddle jumpers to get to it, or you can take the ship, and it's 12 hours in the ship to get there from the main island. But what the Colombian government did, they didn't like all the tourists, international tourists going there, and because Colombia has a booming, well, not booming, but a seriously growing middle class that likes to go on holidays, they saw this island that they had and said that we want to develop it for Colombia, and so they had to make the airport bigger because the airport you could only land like 20-seater planes. It was like a very small airport, actually quite a scary airport, because when you're landing, there was all these crashed planes along the runway. Oh, it was very scary. You're landing and you're looking, and there's these crashed planes, because they didn't even bother with because there's no place to put the plane. So when the plane crashed, they literally just pushed it aside to the side of the runway, and then the jungle grew over it, and there were crashed planes right on the side of the runway. You'd never see that in this part of the world. We would get rid of the plane not to scare everybody. So you're landing, and it is very scary airport in the middle of a valley of the mountain peaks on the island, and uh, no, Providencia. You have to go to San Andres to get to Providencia. You land in San Andres, and then you jump on a puddle jumper. Anyways, you land on this little island, and everybody's freaking because they see the planes. Like, and I'm looking like, wow, that's pretty wild. Crash planes right beside the runway. So, and then we just before we went there, we heard there was a crash and some people died. So it was like this happens on a regular basis because the wind is really bad. They highly recommend taking the ship. But anyways, so the government says we're going to make the runway bigger so that we can fly directly from Cartagena to this island. So the locals fought it because they didn't want that at all. But they did. They started working on the airport. And I have some pretty cool pictures. This airport was literally, it was like a kiosk in the jungle the first time I went there. It was the cutest thing. It was a kiosk in a jungle. That's all the airport was. So anyways, it was such a laid back island. I miss it. It's a gorgeous place. On Sundays, they used to sleep on the road with white pillows in the sun and relax, the kids. You'd be driving along on a scooter and there'd be kids sleeping on the road. Such a laid back place. But the Colombian government said, look, we got a middle class that wants to go on holidays. We want to stop. We're going to make the place bigger so that no international tourists come here, because only international people that had the money on airfare and were willing enough to take a risk to go there. Well, they assumed a risk because there was no risk. But so now the Colombian government now is focusing on bringing Colombians there. And I can tell you something, folks. You want to relax on holiday? Don't go where the Colombians are having holidays. They are absolutely, well, not the parents, but the kids. Wow. Unbelievable. Because what I found out was these kids, they're coming from Medellin, they're coming from all over the place, middle class with money. Well, the kids have bodyguards because of kidnapping, okay? Because the kids get, they're kidnapping kids. Bogota, places like that. So people steal kids to hold them for ransom. So the kids live with, they have bodyguards. And we're not talking rich either. We're not talking rich. We're talking middle class people. That the poorer people are kidnapping their kids to get ransom money. So the kids are basically locked up. They can't do anything. They're it's very, very regimented because of the threat of kidnapping. So what happens when you take a kid that's been under protection for whatever, a half a year or 3/4 of a year, and then take them on holidays, and there's no rules, and now you're sitting in these little restaurants, and the walls are all tile because islands, everything's tile, and you're sitting there, and it's like 7 in the morning. You're having breakfast. The sun's coming up. It's gorgeous. You're thinking, what a great holiday this is. And then a family comes in. They've got 3 kids. They sit down. And the kids proceed to start screaming. And the parents, the mother and father sitting there, they're oblivious to this. They have no idea. And you're sitting there, and they're screaming at the table and yelling. And it was like the echo in the restaurant. This went on for about 2 or 3 mornings. And I'm cracking, okay? One, I'm not big into screaming. I like screaming kids like I like a barking dog inside. Doesn't go over well. So it was like the 3rd morning. This is a really funny story. And I got to know the restaurant people and the girls and that, and they were Margarita Island. I've been there before, a long time ago actually. But anyways, they were screaming. And the poor girls are cracking because I was there, we were there a week ahead of time, and they were so calm and quiet, and they were so friendly, and it was like a very peaceful place, eh? Then the Colombians started showing up because the Colombian Christmas holiday started, and they're big into holidaying their Christmas holidays after New Year's too. So we were there for a long time, a month I think it was, 3 weeks, and the poor girls were cracking, and I was starting to crack day 3, the screaming, and I had enough. So I was sitting there, and we're in the room's about this big, actually, tile, and it's just the echo is crazy. These screaming kids, right? Well, you can't very well go over and slap somebody else's kids upside the head and tell them shut up, and you can't go over and tell somebody shut your kids up because you're on holidays and you're in a foreign country, okay? And you know what the saying is, do as in Rome as the Romans, right? You know what I mean? You don't force your way on them. That's what I think, anyways, okay? So I'm thinking to myself, well, if the kids are allowed to scream like little banshees, why can't I? So I was sitting there, and the kids were just roaring. Well, I let a scream go. I just stood there, and I just went, wah! Just as loud as I could be. As loud as I could be, full lungful of scream, okay? Well, I freaked the kitchen out. The kitchen, I heard some pots drop, and that, the kids, the kitchen staff, they dropped some pots, and I heard a dish break, and the people at the table just froze in fear, just total fear. My God, we're under attack, okay? So after that, the kids never made a sound. I had every morning after that, I walk in, and the kids would zip right up. I was like. So then, that lunch, I came back. The girls, there was 3 ladies, really nice ladies, and the kitchen staff. I walk in for lunch, and they all came over and gave me a big hug and said the kids hadn't screamed since I did that. I fixed the problem. And they're like, they weren't allowed to do that because they have to put up with everything because there's staff at the hotel and it's about a resort and everybody's supposed to have fun. And it's like I was the hero of the restaurant. And they told me that I should travel around the island and do this in all the restaurants because they say this problem is everywhere. Oh man, it was funny, but I freaked them right up because a grown man, I got a good set of lungs, and you're in a room this big, completely in tile walls, and you let her rip. Whew, man, oh man, it was good. I shut them up. They never made a sound after that. It was good. So that was my experience of dealing with middle class Colombians on holidays. Um, but other than that, great people, great people. But the kids from that point on gave me a wide berth. Anytime I'd see them, the kids would part. I was like Moses in the Red Sea. The kids would just, oh, there's that guy with a set of lungs, that crazy Canadian. Oh, it was funny. Anyway, so that's my little adventure on that one. That was. I highly recommend the island though. Highly recommend it. Like I said, it's pretty awesome place. Off the beaten path, and it's very, very safe. Very safe. They have island justice there. When people steal from the tourists, the locals, well, lack of a better term, feed them to the sharks. They don't tolerate it. They find out that you're stealing from the locals. There's a group of people that make people disappear that do this kind of stuff. So it's very, very safe. Friendly people. Anyways, so that's enough about that. This is about ducks, not some crazy story in Colombia. No, they don't chop hands off that steal. They take them for a swim out at the other side of the reef where the sharks are. And if you can make them back, you're back. But you usually don't make it back. You don't swim on the other side of the reef. Even when you're out there snorkeling, they take you out snorkeling, they don't go on the other side of the reef. The other side of the reef is very dangerous. Well, I went out in the boat and you could see the shark fins. And I was like, oh yeah, you don't want to go in the water on that side. And I was amazed, like, because we were swimming and the water was like 10, 12 feet deep. And I'm like, why don't the sharks come over here? And the sharks won't come over the reef. I guess they brushed up against the coral over the years. And the dark patrols in Brazil. I was there for that, Finder. That's when they used to round up all the kids that were stealing, the gangs. I got attacked by a group of kids, but it was the funny part. I had nothing on me. They were very upset when I had nothing on me. But they did get some Americans. Back to the Americans. I'm nothing against Americans, folks, but this American had back in the day. This would be '91. You know those big VHS cameras, the big ones. Like not the make it like they were the VHS. The big tape go in like that. They were like worth $4,000 or $5,000. This person had one. And I told him, don't go outside, man. Don't be taking that down to the beach. It's gone. I'm telling you, you don't walk around with a $4,000 to $5,000 camera on your shoulder. They didn't listen to me. I think about 20 kids circled them and they got the camera. That was, you're just like walking around with a sign here. Because you got to remember, minimum wage is $65 a month then. So minimum wage is $65 a month and you're walking around with a $4,000 camera on your shoulder. And you're, good luck with that one. You're like, you're got a big sign on you. Here's a couple years' wages up here. Come and get it. I saw the guy that actually was a black eye. The kid punched him. And then he had a back sack on his back. And I said, don't be walking around with a back sack on your back, man. You're just asking to get robbed. People are going to think there's something good in the back sack. And he wouldn't listen to me again. They got robbed again. Then I saw them the next morning, and they were there for 2 weeks, is what their plan was. When I saw them the third morning, They were packing, they had changed their flight, they were leaving. I laughed then because I said, I told you what not to do and you didn't listen to me. And they were leaving. They had changed their tickets and they were you having breakfast, waiting for the cab, and they were flying out of Rio. This is like out of here. Oh, Susie, I warned so many Americans. But you know, the Europeans met a lot of Swedish, not Swedish, people from Switzerland. They were smart. Wear nothing. Don't even wear a watch. Even if it's a $5 cheap watch, don't even wear a watch. Don't wear anything. Leave your shirt unbuttoned so they can see you have nothing, and hide all your money where your family jewels are, and carry just pocket change. And they'll never touch you. Almost go naked works. I got robbed, but they never got anything because they didn't have anything. And they were upset when they found out I had nothing. They're like, "What? You're white. You're a gringo. You should have stuff on you." No, I'm not stupid, man. I'm not carrying stuff. Yeah. Nothing like putting a big bullseye on your back, on holidays. Yeah, come and take my stuff. I know it's not all Americans. I know that, but it just seems that it seems it's the Americans because they're the ones you hit that get jabbed. Take any jewelry, like wear anything at all, because you could wear costume jewelry, Nancy, and if they think it's real, you could lose your finger if you can't get it off your finger fast enough. Like you go naked, well, naked as in no peripheral hangings on your body. Keep her clean. You just what are they going to steal from you? Your fingernails? Right. Hello, Vista. Isn't Vista at work right now? So, folks, I'm excited because we're going to have Wi-Fi in the garage. Hopefully by the end of the day, if things go right here today. And then once we get Wi-Fi in the garage, we're going to be streaming. I think I'm going to set up a stream for the hospital ducks because the hospital is absolutely getting moved out of the house, and I got to get the ducks outside. I can't do it today because Fabio's brother, Rico, I guess we're calling him. I like Fabio's brother, but we'll call him Rico for right now. Well, maybe we'll call him Rico from this point on. He's in with the flock right now. He's got a bit of a limp. Well, the problem is that I can't catch him in the barn because that would cause absolute panic. And we don't want to cause absolute panic because absolute panic means a duck is going to get hurt. So tomorrow, when I let the ducks out to clean the barn, I got to catch Rico and put him in the hospital and start doing soaks. So that's the deal. But we got to pick up the router because I bought a router used on eBay for a fraction of the price. And Minnie's been limping off and on for a couple weeks now. There, Charlie, she's she's doing a lot of sex. So you saw him get attacked by Muscovy? Who's him? Rico? Anyways, so I bought this used router. It's the same as the router that I have, that I bought in the spring. So I got a wicked deal on it, and that's what I'm going to go pick up. And then I'm going to move my old router to the garage, make it an access point, so that we can stream in the garage. So when I close the door, we don't get cut off. So one, I can do the hospital stream, and two, I can do a work stream when I'm building all this stuff that I've got to build this weekend. I'll start this weekend. The nesting cubicles for the goose shed and the more ducks and the water stations. So I'm looking forward to having Wi-Fi in the garage, and then I can run an iPad with the poor little hospital ducks. So if anybody wants to watch the hospital ducks sitting inside a kiddie pool with a cage around it, you can. So that's what I'm up to. Well, first, plow the driveway. Oh, I'm already wired, Vista. I've already got a hard wire going to the garage. I'm hardwired to the garage. I've got hardwire. Every building on my property is hardwired for internet, high speed. Uh, we're a network embraced outfit here. But the thing is the network runs straight to a computer at my office. So I've got to what you call it, uh, intercept the line that goes upstairs with the router, and then run a line upstairs to the computer. So I still have a computer upstairs to access the T-shirt shipping operation of the Duck Adventure, and but downstairs we're gonna have the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna make a little shelf, put it on the wall, and the Wi-Fi is going to be downstairs. So we'll have full Wi-Fi. Totally. No way we'll have interference, getting cut off, nothing. Yes, Nancy, the taste of the eggs change. When they're free ranging, the eggs are a little runnier, and when right now they're very gelatin. So, and they have a taste. So, a GoPro while I'm plowing? No, not possible. Because I have to wear the Teradek to do the GoPro while I'm plowing, which means that I've got to have the fanny pack on, and I've got to sit down. And when I'm sitting down, I can't have the Teradek and 2 battery packs on my back, sitting in the chair, on the tractor. The seat just wouldn't work. Would, one, to be very uncomfortable, and 2, guaranteed something would get broke. The Teradek. So, or I would, but it can't. And it's just, and even if I tried to put the Teradek on the front of my chest, it would be just uncomfortable because running the tractor is a pain. Plowing the driveway is like cutting the lawn. Don't like it. So, it's not a fun job. Especially today, I'm going to be wearing so many layers of clothes because it's cold. The highway run, when I go to the highway, I bet you it's like minus 30 out of the highway with the wind chill coming down the highway. So, it's not fun. Face gets cold, gets burnt. Right here, get burnt because my face mask stops right there. Oh, it's gonna be nasty. But I gotta do it. It's gotta get done. Because I'm wearing myself out to do this. Walking around the yard. It's brutal. So, and that's what's gonna happen. So, but first I'm gonna have breakfast. And then get that happening. No, Vista, I have a Gore-Tex face mask, but your eyes have to be exposed. So everything around your eyes get burnt. I have the gear, but the only way I can not get a burnt eyeball situation is if I wore ski glasses. You know, those big ski glasses. That'd be the only way that I could not have that problem. So, I don't have any oil, Susie. Like vegetable oil? Like coat my skin with vegetable oil? Like olive oil? Butter? roast myself, $3.50 for an hour. Some duck grease, yeah, that would work. Remind me of the supper I didn't have last night. I've got duck grease. That would be just dandy. Rub duck grease all over my face. I'll pass on that, Susie. I'm just going to bundle up really well. Like, seriously well today. I got the equipment to bundle up. I didn't just move here. I've been here a while, and it gets cold like this every year, and we got to deal with it. This has been happening for a lot of years in this part of the world. And it doesn't keep me in the house. Oh, I bought a jacket. I found a jacket, folks, last night. So, and it's really ugly. It's perfect. It's so ugly, it's unbelievable. It's tacky ugly. And you'll never believe where it's coming from. Olive oil? Oh, I'm gonna put olive on my face. The boot store? Nope. Nope. Nobody's asking. Vietnam? Nope. Croatia? No, if it was pink, it would be gorgeous, Dave. Pink would be a gorgeous jacket. That would be like, yes, I scored a pink jacket. This is from Croatia. It's made in Sweden, the jacket. It looks like it's like sometime in the 90s is the look of it. But the measurements match my jacket exactly. It's 32 inches from the collar to the back. It's 26 and a half inches armpit to armpit. It's Gore-Tex and it's butt ugly. Oh, it's so tacky. And it's got a solid hood. I hate those clip-on hoods because the snow can get down the back of your neck. It's like a sky blue with a racing stripe arm. It's so ugly. But it's got Velcro flaps. It's got the Gore-Tex. It's everything. Oh. Yeah, I know. I've used the duck grease on my boots, Susie. But then I had a slight problem after that. Doug was licking my boots. And I couldn't do it anymore because Doug loves goose fat. So, oh, see, too many ats in front of the mat there, Inga, and it didn't make orange. I did my boots because there's a good waterproofing grease, like it's duck, water off a duck's back, and I did the boots. I came in and there was Doug licking the boots. I was like, Doug. So I didn't want to take the chance of him start chewing my boots. So I had to stop that practice, which is a real shame because it really works. But I thought you only had to type in the first 3 letters, Inga. But thank you very much for making me stand up. Your meeting was quite short. You're back. Oh. What happened to the chicken last night? I ate it under duress. It was terrible. Oh, it doesn't do it on an iPad? Oh, okay. Just on desktop. All right. Now I learned something new again today. You're only efficient on your meetings because it's Friday and everybody wants to leave by noon. Which I'm surprised you're still there. I thought today's half day Friday. So, but I can't wait for the jacket to show up here so I can show you. It was $48. It was a hell of a deal. Or was it 38? Hang on here, maybe it was 38. Let me see here. How much was it? It was $51 Canadian, so it must have been 38 US. But it is ugly. Man, oh man, it's got a blue and a gray, and it's just ugly. It was on sale for $39.99, but it's lined with the Thermalite, which is exactly the same lining as my jacket, because I looked at my label to see what the lining was, and it was the exact same Thermalite lining, or Thermaloft. I think it's Thermaloft lining, the exact same 3M Thermaloft, Gore-Tex, heavy nylon. The jacket looks in pretty decent shape, but it's a perfect work jacket. You want to see it? It is ugly. I'll show it to you. And it's from Croatia, but it's from Sweden, so I'll never run into anybody with this jacket here. There you go. What is that? Is that an ugly jacket? But see that? It's got the hood, just like I have. Where the hood comes up the neck, and that is all one piece, so the wind can't get at it when you zip it up. It's a perfect work jacket. And then it's got the flaps, so that you can Gore-Tex, the flap over. What do you think? Oh, it's a fine jacket. It's here. I'll scroll through the pictures. I'll show you. I'm liking it because the hood, because everything I looked at last night, the hoods came off, and I don't like those when the hoods snap off, because, well, one, you lose them, and two, you just don't get that wind seal at the neck. Like, look at that, eh? You zip that up around your head, and it'll be perfect to be doing duck chores outside. Be nothing like, it's exactly like the jacket I have now when I zip it up. It's instant warm around the head. But look at it, it's got good flaps, and it's lined. It's not that stupid zip-in fleece. The zip-in fleece sucks. This is real Thermaloft. So, and it's made. It's got. I don't know how you get an Indian head in Sweden, but there's Peak Performance, whatever that is. So, but I figured if it's made in Sweden, it's got to be meant for cold weather. But there you go. See? And Peak Performance. I don't know what that means, but and then we got this R&D, research and development of the ducks, race and ducks. Anyways, so because my jacket is hurting bad, it's still fixable, but it's hurting bad, hurting really bad. It's like the poor jacket. I need to take it to somebody who can take it apart to fix it. It needs to actually be taken apart, where the rip is. It's not just a normal rip. So for $39.99 US, you know, it says slight signs of wear. Wait till I get it. I'll put some wear on her. But the hood, that was the only one with the hood. The criteria was the hood. There was lots of them when I looked last night that the hood situation sucked. Snap hoods and stuff like that. I needed one that comes up just like mine, where I can zip it up and then it's just my head, and then it's like a cocoon, and your neck, you don't get any water or any snow or cold blowing in. Yeah, the purple one's still there. I can't say goodbye to it. I said goodbye to the pants this week. I had to say goodbye to the pants. The pants were like totally ripped right. They were done. The matching pants for these, that is done. I actually let go of the pants today, or this week. But I'm having a hard time letting go of the jacket. You know what? I just realized something. I haven't seen Maggie in chat in 2 days. Did she leave town again and not tell us? Santa, Goose, and Snowman are no religious symbols. Just, I don't know what you're talking about, Sudie. Just, you saw her? What chat was she in? Because she hasn't, I haven't seen her in 2 days. Or is she lurking? Oh, she's in the barn right now, but she won't come and chat with us. She's chatting in the barn while I'm here right now. Well, that's not very nice of her. Oh, not now? Okay. Well. I guess I'm just not lucky enough to have her grace um, my presence right now, I guess, right? So, all right, folks, I gotta go and get my breakfast happening because I gotta go plow a driveway. I'm not looking forward to this, but I gotta do it. The driveway has to get plowed, and then I am going to run to town, get the router, and start configuring the garage so that I can get it happening. What, you want me to ravel off the purple coat? Do you think I should wash it and then and sign it and see what we can raise? Who would like the purple coat from the Duck Adventure? Seriously, folks? I'll do it as a joke on eBay and we'll see what we can get out of it. We'll see how crazy people are. I bet you we won't hit 20 bucks, maybe 30 tops. There ain't gonna be a bidding war like there was for the stuffed Doug. I know it ain't gonna happen. Like, I don't know why you'd want that jacket. It is hurting bad. Oh, hurting bad, but it's still there. You see it? I can't let it go yet. All right, I gotta go get my breakfast into me, and I'm gonna go and do my driveway, and then I'm gonna whip to town, get the router, reconfigure my network, which means I'm gonna have to turn the streams are gonna go down for a little second here, and um, and then we'll be back up, and hopefully I'll have Wi-Fi in the the garage. That's the plan. Miss Cockerell will then know how famous I am if they're snaffling up my old purple jacket. Well, it has been a staple on the show for a long time. It has been. It's been the original jacket since the beginning of the show. Maybe I should just keep it, and we'll have vintage purple jacket days. Wash it up, put it away, and then just surprise everybody and oh, the purple jacket's back. Anyways, I don't know. I'm having a hard time letting it go. I really have a lot of. I've had that jacket so long. Anyways, but I'm gonna say goodbye so I can get my day underway, and then if things go right today, we're gonna have streaming in the garage, just like my pink Crocs. I know I still have them too. They're worn out, and I shouldn't wear them, but I kept them. Oh, I should put a reserve on the auction. uh, I'm not gonna. You people, I'll keep it as a momentum of my the beginnings of the Duck Adventure. I'm gonna say goodbye because now we're just talking silliness about selling worn out old clothing, and I'll be back to you later.